Can I go to Brian's house today? All right, we all love talking to our parents. We all love, you know, chatting it up with them.
I haven't talked to my mom in years.
When, I guess at any point growing up, what is a time that you actually had to correct your parents about something and it didn't go well?
Oh, dude.
Growing up or as an adult?
Either one.
All the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
Well, my first correction that comes to mind was when I corrected my pops about disciplining Taika.
Oh, yeah.
Taika messed up. I forgot what it was. This is when he was like 3 or 4. I was like, go stand in timeout right now. So he goes, I make Taika face the wall, and he has to stand there for like, I don't know, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. And Taika's like, it's all sad and shit. And then my dad comes from behind while Taika's facing the wall, and he dabs his eyes. And then he looks at me, and he looks at me like, how can you do this to him? And then he comes up to me like telling me like about how mean I am and how he doesn't deserve it, whatever. And I was like, dude. So
Bart's looking at the Ethan Allen.
Yeah, I told my dad. I was like, hey, we gotta go around the corner because I still don't want to ruin his position.
Right. Yeah.
So as soon as we go around the corner, I got up to like my dad's face. I'm like, don't you fucking talk to me like that in front of my fucking kid. I'm like, this is my kid. This is how I'm gonna run my household. You don't fucking talk to me like that. And plus, you used to beat the fuck out of me. I'm like, I didn't even touch him. And my dad was like, I'm saying all kinds of fucking shit in Cantonese, blah, 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 blah. And then he fucking like goes away. And I was like, dude, this is crazy.
And did he ever do that again?
He would disobey our house rules all the time.
Like giving him chocolate or something?
Yeah, like giving him chocolates. I told him don't give him chocolate. He's gonna be too hyperactive. And then like, you know, oh, I don't give him chocolate anymore. And then when we're doing like Taika's laundry, there's fucking like little Hershey wrappers in his pockets and stuff. I'm like, motherfucker, you still give him chocolates all the time.
Isn't it funny how they have amnesia that they did worse shit, and then they see that they're like, I can't believe you're so mean.
Like, you're so mean. He's just a kid. He doesn't know what's going on. I'm like,
It's like, where was that when I was your son, dude?
They're all wise now, dude.
Grandparent syndrome.
Yeah.
Is that a part of like how you cope with how you treated your kid? Is you try to
think so.
go one level down and be nicer?
You see it everywhere.
Yeah.
You see it with grandparents
It's like
all
mental
the time.
gymnastics, right?
because even before we had Taika, he would always like talk to me and like, hey, when you have a son, make sure you never hit him. And when he starts saying that, he would get teary-eyed. Because I think he's probably reminiscing what he used to do, you know?
Yeah, that's heavy.
Dang.
No, he doesn't remember hitting you. He was just like, I used to get beat so much.
He's talking about his dad?
Bro, they got amnesia. Like,
Zyrtec, it's my allergy.
everybody that generation, because it's not just my parents. My uncle, like, he doesn't remember. Like, your parents don't remember. Or your dad doesn't. Your dad remembers.
My mom doesn't remember either.
There's a lot of people that
think my dad
generation.
remembers
They
either.
don't remember how much they beat the fuck out of their kids.
I think my mom remembers my dad doing that, but he doesn't remember himself doing it.
So that must mean that they were on autopilot.
I think they get the blinders when it's so angry.
Because they're in it. They're in the thick of it. And they're in it every single day, you know?
But also,
The volume is what kills them, you know?
also like I do question like how my perception of things was. Cause like to me, maybe I was like getting my ass beat. To him, maybe it was like dude, that was just one really good spank.
Yeah.
I got pictures though. So when my parents got divorced, my mom had a restraining order because my dad beat the fuck out of me. So I have to take pictures for court. And there's like me like fucking as a little kid, fucking bruises all over my body. I'm like bent over, there's bruises. So I'm like, I remember like I think accurately what the results were.
Damn, bro.
Damn, you filed it. That's next level.
I'm like, okay, I remember.
The manila folder of the pictures
Yeah,
is
there's
crazy.
a folder. There's a photo album of those things.
that's
And I'm wearing like, you remember those MC Hammer pants?
Yeah.
So it's like my MC Hammer pants, but like halfway down, and you see like my butt cheeks and stuff. So I'm still kind of stylish.
Bart's not even thinking about the bruises. He's like, yo, I gotta bring these pants back.
The judge is like, "You looking good, kid."
What's the big deal? You have hammer pants.
I just remember like always thinking like my dad would always fucking throw shit at me. And he would throw gangster shit at me. He would, one time even threw like the fucking computer monitors, you know, when they were still big, right?
The whole monitor that was expensive back then.
That fool had to carry it like this.
Yeah.
And fucking chunk it.
Or like the little text table.
Hey, what'd you do though?
No, but here's the thing though. Like it's only until I got older that I was like, damn, my dad has bad aim. Like he never hit me. And then like I got older, I was like, oh shit, he never hit me with it.
Yeah, he was trying.
Maybe he was trying to not hit me with it.
Yeah.
Maybe he was trying to get rid of that monitor and get a new one anyway.
Anthony made me break
Unless
it.
you go to the park and he's only shooting air balls, like, oh, this guy just sucks.
It's consistent.
That's true too.
Dude, I remember one time my dad. This was in our front yard. I remember this. I was probably like in like my early 20s.
Yeah.
And this is one of the first times I saw him. Well, my dad was always losing his shit all the time, like in different scenarios. But this time he got in my uncle's face, and they were about to fight in front of my front yard, and they were talking about some family shit, and that was the first time where I was like, I got in the middle, and I was like, Dad, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you can't be doing this shit. This is crazy. Our whole family's here. And then that fool, you know, he just got pissed and just dipped out. But I remember being like, yo,
Your dad or your uncle?
my dad. I was probably like early 20s, maybe.
He got out of his own house over
He
this?
just left. He was like, man, fuck this, and he just like flipped the fuck out.
Where do you think he went?
Probably in his garage. I'm just fucking, just hermit. Yeah, just jacked off. He's like, I got lost with steam. 8th Street Latinas. Let me turn this. He's like, this calms me.
Choose Asian beaver.
Dude, let me tell you about that, brother.
Tuk Tuk Patrol. That's a whole channel, by the
But
way.
that shit was crazy. Where I was like, bro, my dad is literally losing his mind on his brother, and I was like, you guys are fucking nuts.
So their beef was just like some internal shit that
Oh
wasn't.
yeah, it was just some family shit.
You know it.
Just brothers, bro.
You know
Brothers.
damn well it's about money.
Oh yeah, of course, bro. Of course.
Yeah. Now when I think about it, I only remember my dad hitting me one time and one time only.
Once?
When?
Once. Because my mom would do the spanking.
Oh.
And then your dad was like gone for most of your life too.
Well, no, but the time,
Can't hit you when he's gone.
but the
Hey, you when he's overseas.
time my dad was there, he only hit me and my brother once.
What'd you do?
Because I think all his anger was towards my older brother.
So your older brother got it
Yeah,
back.
yeah, my step older brother at the time.
Maybe because you're the baby, so you weren't being that much trouble shit.
Probably not, yeah. And we were probably looking at my older brother like, don't be like him. So my dad was like, see, don't be like him. You know what I mean? So we would never get in trouble. He only hit us once, but I remember my mom spanking us and my uncle. But my dad never would really spank us. No, I
What
think
was
it was
what was the reason your dad hit you?
It was that one time I told a story where I was like, Dad, I don't want to read a book. It's the summer just started. Then my dad was like, I remember him taking a shit. He was so stressed. Now I look at
He's on the
it.
toilet.
Now I look at it. I'm pretty positive he was stressed out.
Oh, for sure.
He's mid shit. Doesn't even wipe. Gets up to fuck you up.
Dude, mid shit, he's just like this, like fucking. I know he was stressed out because he was just like this, like.
That's a breaking point, bro.
Who takes a shit like that when they're not stressed?
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you look real
Maybe-
calm on the toilet.
Maybe my dad was like, go read a book because I need you to be smart and not to be stressing like this. But I was just like, Dad, I was playing games. And
Maybe he's like, I need you to leave me alone while I'm taking a shit.
Yeah, stop talking to me and asking if I'm Korean.
I would have told my dad, stop talking to us. But my dad, mid shit, gets up, puts his ring on,
Damn, I'm gonna put a ring on to fuck you up.
and yanked my face. I was like, oh my God, that hurt.
That fool slapped you with a ring.
Not even wiping or anything. He just got up mid shit, dick out, put his ring on. Boom! And I was just like, damn, that was like some Korean drama shit.
That fool put on a ring.
And then when he sat back on the toilet, he took the ring off, and then he
No,
finished.
bro. My brother came out and was like, why would you hit Subin? And then my dad,
So he's
boom.
butt naked slapping both of you guys.
Butt naked, dick hanging.
Passing out no caca wipes.
Your brother slapped your dad?
No, my dad slapped my brother and I. Yeah, but
First him, then his brother.
But can we rewind a little bit? Why were you talking to him while he was taking a shit and his door's wide open?
because my dad shits with the doors open all the time.
And that's usually their father-son conversational moments.
You poop with the door open?
I do not.
That's how you know it's really stressed, because he left the door open to do this.
But,
So he wasn't even trying to hide it. He's like,
but no, that's what I'm
He's like, I
saying.
gotta get the fuck out of here.
I get the sentiment though, because kids do stress you the fuck
Hell
out.
yeah.
I was fucking, you know when you're showering, you're just like by yourself, right? I'm in my own thoughts, I'm like this. I look over, Taika's face is on the glass, his fucking nose pressed right here, like looking at me. And my first impulse is like, get the fuck away from me. Let me just be in my own thoughts for a second.
Yeah.
There's something he's so excited about that he has to tell me or whatever, but I just look over at his face. He's looking at me through the glass. I'm like, dude.
trying to enjoy your shower.
Yeah, he's just trying to relax for a second. And I'm like,
That's why he's probably like, go read a book. And you're like,
that's why parents beat our asses, because at least I'm not stressed out like the way my parents were. So imagine you are stressed out. Then you look over and then you see this. You're like, you probably push the fucking gas.
For real.
That's just going.
What up, guys? Come join our Patreon because there's hundreds of videos dating all the way back to 2019.
That's right. If you click on the link down below, you can join our Patreon, join us on the Discord, come chat with us directly, have a fun conversation.
And this will help support the channel's growth and new ideas. And also tap into our closer community by joining our Discord and get the opportunity to suggest video ideas like the ones you've seen. Thank you guys. Join our Patreon, help us out. Thanks.
See you guys there. Say hi to me.
Bro, my mom used to get mad at me when I got sick. When I got sick, she'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You always get sick, blah, blah, blah.
Because it's a nuisance now. You gotta take care of you now.
Bro, but half the time it would be like, if I would have to cough into my pillow so she can't hear me. Because if I start coughing, she'll start yelling at me like, shut the fuck up. Like she'll tell me to shut the fuck up. Yeah, so I'd be like,
I'm so healthy.
like for real.
I'm so healthy.
One time I just threw up. One time I just threw up on the floor and I was sick. And she's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck? Like, god damn. Bro, and as a kid, I was afraid to get sick. I was like, bro, I can't get sick. Like, fuck, my mom's gonna beat my ass if I get sick. But that's the shit, is like, my mom would act crazy and half the
You don't
time-
get sick.
But does she do that to your sisters when they get sick?
I don't think so.
Damn.
But this is when I was much young. I was the youngest, and while they were all older, you know, so it was like,
They should have been more chill if you're the youngest.
yeah, but you know, I think they were expecting me to be fucking like my sisters already, you know, like. But once again, it's like when you're stressed all the time and you're kind of like not happy, you know, you fucking do shit to your kids that
just
you
want
don't
a
like.
little bit of space.
Yeah, so
But then
anytime
if shit happens, you're like, fuck.
yeah, obviously not chill to do, and obviously I'm paying for those demons as an adult, but you know, it's like
That's where I.
it's kind of funny.
It's so sad. But then don't you all remember now trying to catch your parents at good timing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah,
I
yeah.
totally forgot.
Because when you ask, it's got to be good moods.
I forgot that like there was just no reasonable like factor of like, oh, is my dad gonna respond good or bad to the same thing?
And honestly, that was a big difference. And when you would find the good right time to tell, like, oh, I need this or what, it would work out perfectly all the time. But you mistime it.
You gotta show your report card or some shit. You're like, man, I'll go wait for them to be in a good mood.
But nothing was scarier than like getting in trouble and then you have to tell them and they're already in a bad mood. That shit was like a death sentence. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna live.
It's the straw that broke the camel back. But I'm the camel.
Dude. And back then when you're a kid, you really don't know what it's like to be stressed about finances like they probably were.
You know what's crazy? Now that I'm thinking about it, you guys ever have to like give them bad news, like a report card, and this wasn't even a joke, like and then being like,
Yeah.
Or you know, report cards are going back home today. You're like, fuck.
I was one of my friends who's a lawyer now. I was just talking to him the other day, and when we were like 6, because we went to school together from like age 5 to 13, and we used to always want to go to each other's houses. So we were like, our parents are both all Filipino, so we're like, we gotta get them while they're laughing, and then ask them, can I go over to Brian's house? Yeah. So me and him had this plan. We went up to them, and our parents were like talking to each other, and we went like this, started doing the arm wave. Can I go to Brian's house today? And then they went, yeah.
That's right.
Just over that.
Smart.
And we looked at each other, we're like, we're geniuses.
Every time you do it.
Yeah, we just gotta ask in a silly way, and they'll go, okay.
you didn't just turn on the karaoke machine and then just like,
Oh my god, dude. Then we'd never leave.
Dude, that's funny because when we did that, all we had to do was have the my homie's parents call our parents.
Oh, parent to parent?
Yeah, because the Air Force homie, like they were the typical military kids, house, garage, race cars, RC cars. Call, ask their parents, and their parents would call my parents.
Like white parents?
Like just super
Oh,
white.
dude. I feel like if white parents called their parents back in the 80s, they would say yes to anything.
Yeah, dude. The dad was a what do you call it? He was a pilot. He was in the Air Force and everything, but he was flying to like Iraq and Afghanistan. But those two homies right now, they both fly F-16s and F-35s.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, but anyways, he calls.
It's actually not that impressive.
He calls his that's gangster, bro. He calls his parents, and the parents would call my mom, and then my mom would be like, just try to be very Americanized at the same time. Oh yes, no problem. hangs up and be like, don't be out there too long. And I'm like, damn, bro, can I sleep over at least? Yeah.
Don't be out long. Can I sleep over?
I used to pressure my friend's dad. Like he'll be like, they're gonna go to like a Dodger game, or whatever, and they'll be like, hey, Bart, you wanna come? I'm like, yeah, and I run home. I'm like, hey, Mom, can I go watch Dodger game with Mark, whatever? She's like, no, you gotta stay home. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go tell him. And I go to the dad. I'm like, so my mom said no, but if you go ask, it might be yes. And then so he would come. Hey, can Bart come with us? And you know, like Asians gotta show face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Totally.
Bitch, that's not what you said 5 minutes ago.
Dude, I forgot about that dynamic, dude.
Boss, here's some money. You're gonna eat a hot dog, right? Yeah.
That dynamic's so whack.
Dude, that's what
Yeah.
it is, man. These Asians gotta show out for the white people. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, especially for white parents, dude.
For
That was heavy.
white parents, they're always
Yeah.
like, oh yes, no
Be all
problem.
Yeah.
Have fun, but not too long.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. They want to seem like such good parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, stupid.
Always. Oh yes, I'll keep an eye on him. Oh, good time.
I never hit him.
Never not one day.
For no reason.
He
disciplined asked you that.
himself. He disciplines
He's a good boy. Subi, good boy.
Good boy. Nobody ever spank him. We're not like that. Those bruises are just playing.
Yeah, that's no class. We don't do that.
That's no class.
It's so sad.
Good times.
Yeah, man.
Listen,
I love the amnesia parents have
Yeah.
about the worst times of their
Nostalgic.
life. But you know what? You're right, though. That point of like being a little kid, it does feel like you're getting your ass destroyed. But you might just be getting whacked around.
But for them, it's like, I disciplined you a little bit.
Yeah, and I get it if my dad doesn't think it was that big of a deal, but to my like tiny freaking
That was our whole world.
yeah, I just felt like I was gonna die.
But you said you put a belt on your neck, right?
But he wrapped a belt and just fucking did this.
Crazy.
That's crazy to me too. But he has no memory of it.
Yeah, like my dad knocked a tooth out of me from like hitting me like consistently, and my mom had to finally stop and I was bleeding and stuff. But
But you're a big kid though.
That's nuts.
Well, you probably already had a loose tooth.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was maybe already loose. I definitely deserved it. And then maybe like, you know, he just got some good wax in.
My dad called me when he was choking me with a belt. He called me a son of a bitch, and I almost laughed.
Oh, you're choking.
Because why is mom collateral damage?
You know what's hilarious?
But you're a bitch, that means I'm your son.
I forgot what Taika was doing, but he got in trouble and I was yelling at him. But it was right after he took a shower. And right now he hasn't cut his hair in a while, so he looks like a beetle, like you know, like one of the Beatles.
Yeah.
So his hair looks like a mushroom, like it's just floating. And as I was like trying to discipline him, I couldn't help it. I had to tell Gia to take over because I just see like this mushroom.
It's long.
And it's so fucking funny.
He looks like a lamp.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, why don't you cut it?
He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. And we're trying to be those parents where like, you know, like we couldn't choose. Somewhere like we let him choose.
Nah, fucking sit down, quiet down, get your asses cut. I would have told him, I'm just kidding. I can't even cut my kids' hair too. You're right. My wife's like, don't you dare touch him. I'm like, all right, I won't touch.
I try to pay him too. I'm like, yo, I'll give you $20 if you get a haircut. And he goes like, nah.
Does he want to have like long, cool Tarzan hair or something?
I don't know what he wants. I just think kids don't like change. So it's like if you're like, hey, go change your T-shirt. They're like, oh, why? I want to wear this every day. They just don't want.
Experience? Is it maybe the experience of his haircuts? He didn't
He
like.
goes to is the one with like a rocket ship, and he gets the fucking. That's the only time he gets to play video games.
No, it's the experience of like your friends and stuff. If he like goes around and his friend gets like a new haircut and gets a lot of attention, he's gonna come home. He's gonna be like, "Hey, I want a haircut."
Because I remember going to,
Damn.
dude, we never went to a whole salon or a barbershop. My mom sent me to another Korean lady
In a garage or something?
in like this like Micronesian town apartment, and she was the only one Korean in that whole apartment, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I remember passing through all these, and there was always these Micronesians in a group in Salt Lake, and I was just like, God damn, I gotta go through these guys all the time for haircuts. It was intimidating at that time.
Sad. They make fun of whatever cut you come out with.
Right, but what's even more savage is my mom taking us there. No fear. She doesn't even think of nothing about how dangerous it could be.
Because she's not racist.
I'm not racist either.
He loves Micronesians.
It's just my mom had no concept of,
Yeah.
you know, the whole why they all kick it. They just thought they just kick it.
She goes, there goes those cultural people.
You know, damn well these people are just like smoking. They were maybe they just kicking it at that time, but dude, and I always hated getting my haircuts from her because she took fucking long. always playing Korean music, and I'm just like, she always, when you gotta cut your back of your hair, she just shoves your head down. I'm like, fuck, hurry up, bro.
My dad
It was
hella.
the worst time. That's why I never liked cutting my hair.
My dad made me cry because I was fucking getting made fun of at school because I think in 2nd grade, but my barber would never cut my sideburns.
Nasty.
So I had like long ass like sideburns.
Nasty.
Disgusting.
And then like
second
Figure
grade.
it out, bro.
in 2nd grade, and
Disgusting, bro.
And then my dad was like, I was like begging my dad, like, can I get like a hair like what's it called, the freaking like Tiger Beat? You know, the kids on the cover of like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wanted like a mushroom cut where this part's short because I was like new.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and my dad's like, why? Why do you want that? And I started crying, and I was like, because everyone calls me Elvis. and then he started laughing, and he just walked away.
Bro, you gotta get a picture of you looking like Elvis.
All the pictures where I'm in 2nd grade, I look like Elvis. I just have like long and sideburns. But then I was crying and trying to explain that I get called Elvis at school because I was.
That was like the ultimate diss, though.
Yeah, people would call me Elvis. I was like,
because
God,
Elvis was cool for their generation, but everyone made fun of
Your
Elvis.
dad's
when we
probably
were
laughing
kids.
and be like, "That's so cool."
Kids are so cool now.
I was hella sobbing. It was like, God damn it.
No, karate.